Civil society organizations in the United States, South Korea, and around the world are calling on President Biden to suspend the annual US-South Korea combined military exercises. Suspending these costly and highly provocative war exercises will be a crucial step towards restarting genuine diplomacy with North Korea. It will remove a formidable obstacle to a peaceful resolution of the ongoing 70-year-old Korean War, and allow all parties to focus on other important global issues facing our nations today, such as creating a nuclear weapons-free world and resolving the current COVID-19 pandemic. In the mid-1950s, just after the Korean War, the US and South Korea began combined military exercises that prepare for war with North Korea. In the 1970s, the drills developed into large-scale exercises that mobilized considerable weapons, equipment, and the deployment of US troops stationed in both South Korea as well as US bases outside of the Korean peninsula.
2 U.S. Infantry Divisions stand ready to back up the South Koreans. Close to the DMZ, astride a traditional invasion route to Seoul, is our 2nd Infantry Division, geared for instant action.
Since the 2000s, these exercises have been based on operation plans that reportedly include preemptive strikes and decapitation measures against the North Korean leadership. Due to their scale and provocative nature, the annual US-South Korean combined exercises have long been a trigger point for heightened military and political tensions on the Korean peninsula. For years, these combined military exercises have involved the use of B-2 bombers, which are designed to drop nuclear weapons, nuclear-powered aircraft carriers and submarines, as well as the firing of long-range artillery and other weapons. They not only increase tensions on the Korean peninsula, they have cost US taxpayers billions of dollars and have caused irreparable harm to local residents and the environment in South Korea. At a time when the world is facing urgent humanitarian, environmental, and economic crises, these military exercises divert critical needed resources away from our capacity to provide true human security, such as healthcare, a sustainable environment, and other priorities. Furthermore, they heighten geopolitical tensions and risk reigniting a hot war on the Korean peninsula, which would have catastrophic consequences for millions of people. The civil society organizations in the US and South Korea and around the world are saying peace talks, not war drills and military confrontation. They urge the Biden administration to resolve the root cause of the conflict between the United States and North Korea, the unresolved Korean War, which has driven a dangerous arms race, harmed the most vulnerable people through punishing sanctions, and enforced the tragic separation of hundreds of thousands of Korean families. Continuing to rely on isolation, pressure, and threats to force North Korea's unilateral denuclearization is a recipe for failure. Suspending the combined military exercises will be a major confidence-building measure towards renewing diplomacy to resolve the long-standing 70-year-old conflict with North Korea and ultimately achieve permanent peace and denuclearization of the Korean peninsula.